Welcome, everyone, to the Plains in Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common as saying hello. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Handoff from the gun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. LSU right back to the line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Zings it complete to the right. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Trying to get to it. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Now they'll run it to the right here. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Might as well give it to him again. Baird is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the air. It's Burks. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
He's out past the 35. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They're working that left side. Across the 25, he's got room. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
He makes the connection. The Tigers get enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
Pulls it in. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare you.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Man, you cannot coach this to quarterbacks. Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. As soon as he felt the lane, he was gone. No second guessing at all. That was picture perfect, and he uses his speed to just gash the defense.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Trying to pound it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Pocket starts to collapse. Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Burks. Makes his connection. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They'll go with a direct snap. And the Tigers will move the sticks.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
They're getting this guy lathered up. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Wants to throw. It's Burks. Throws for the tight end. He makes the catch. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
691, Gators far.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. First and goal. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
At the 40, there he goes. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. To throw, it's Horn. He's right on target. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, LSU!
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Fielded in the end zone, it's Rush. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
After the misfire, now on second down. Running to the left. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He wants to throw. Fires to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looks as if he's going to run it. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Burks. They're bringing heat. It's complete on the right side. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, they're able to get the negative play. Great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He'll just keep slinging it. Quick strike complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Back to throw, it's Horn. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Hard running there. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. Makes the grab on the left. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He finds his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Offense gets set for second down. Here's the handoff. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley. Probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Working the middle, it's complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Fires and picked off. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears-like in their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we could name like Spears that you just mentioned, like Booger in the past that put on that purple and gold, look good, big physical guys that fill out them uniforms and eat quarterbacks.
Back to throw, it's Burks. Finds his target down the middle. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, LSU 21, Auburn 10.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quickly complete. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you've set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Give to the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. Lost the defense. He's wide open. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football.
Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. He's at the 50. The 30. He's at the 10. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Going for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his...
He wants to take the top off. And it's caught inside the 25. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want... They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Looking for a man, it's Burks. Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, Defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Getting some heat. Moves around to clear up the vision. At the 35, he's got room. And he has vexed his defense with the scrambles. Another 1st down and yet another big gain. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football. And that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. Worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 3rd down, going up top. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the 2nd half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team.
On to punt it away.
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. You hope your punter can flip the field. Couldn't do it this time as the ball is down just inside the 40. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. They'll try the jet sweep to pick up the 1st down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
He runs out of bounds at the 25. And
after this, it'll be a wrap. The lone back's got it. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for gold.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.